Good morning, good afternoon, good night, how you doing? It's your boy Z here. No need to be feared. Your ass in my way. Your ass gonna get spared. Today we got a brand new vid called from Mom Kevin. The DanDaDan is ridiculous. I'm back on this shit, y'all. So if you like it, comment, subscribe. Roll to 3K, baby. Here we go, bitch.
Yeah, it's about that time. Doing a little catch up on DanDaDan. A quick little filler episode before we watch our next show. Now, I only seen episode 1, so we left off right after bro declared the Shaboing Boing retrieval arc, and Momo found out his real name is Ken Takakura, which turns out, and I appreciate y'all for letting me know, Ken Takakura is actually a famous Japanese actor. I'm glad y'all told me. I would've went through the whole show confused. Now, I understand her reaction, cause like, what are the odds, right? If I walked outside and stumbled upon someone named Zoe Kravitz, Daenerys Targaryen, I'd be shocked too. But would I feel the need to chuck him into a brick wall? Absolutely not. I hope that wallet ready, cause you paying for my glasses to get fixed. Cause somehow throughout all of tonight's events, all the crazy things y'all been through, the glasses stood fully intact, but you put off the impossible, and now wallet is the consequence. And then she proceeds to say that this man cannot use his real name. Huh? Excuse me? You want to argue with my mom about that? Cause that ain't happening. How you gonna tell me to not use my own name?
That's my governor name. That's the name my parents fucking call me. Shit. And you gonna tell me not to use my name? The fuck? That's some bullshit. Like, you gonna kill me for saying my name? Man, we gonna have to box. Fuck that shit.
But now they're walking to the crib where she says his new name is Okaroon. And you know his response to that? Yup, you gotta hold that. But they get to the crib and she was like, oh, yeah, by the way, my grandma doesn't like boys in the house. She almost killed my last boyfriend. Whoa, you ain't think to tell me that? This dude cannot catch a break. Went from burning to completely soaked, and to be honest, both equally as bad. But Momo noticed that her house's barrier was up, so she takes it off, and we already know that's not gonna lead to anything good. So they go upstairs, and I don't know if I mentioned this already, but she has to at all times use her powers on him, or he'll turn back into that granny ghost we saw earlier. But then she goes, oh yeah, granny said she stole your meat, so we should check and see if it's really there. Huh? Excuse me? What do you mean we? I don't need a peer review. I can check that myself. The day is already bad enough. But then he went on this whole thing about being sorry for getting her into this, saying he just didn't want to miss a chance of making a friend. But she was like, nah bro, it's cool. We'll always be friends. Bitch. What? Maybe I missed something, cause where did that come from? Bro just spewed that out for no reason. But they hear someone at the door, and Momo explains how they have 2 different doorbells, one for humans and one for evil spirits. And she never heard this one before, and remember that talisman she ripped off? Yeah, she forgot to put it back on. So the game plan was to sneak out the back and just stick the talisman back on. Whatever was at the door would catch fire. But little did they know, they were going up against a special grade curse. Got hit with a domain expansion immediately. Then she looks down at the talisman and turns out she was bleeding. So whatever was in that air was doing something to them. She looks up and sees this. Oh! I don't know. I think you're a little more than an evil spirit, bro. I didn't know they came in this size.
That's an alien, Kevin. Just let you know.
Must have put you in the wrong packaging. Then this thing throws a hefty punch, and all it took was one look and they knew what to do. They got to sprinting immediately, but I kid you not, if you thought Granny was the only freak, you were gravely mistaken. This big ass nigga proceeds to charge up this attack, yelling at the top of his lungs for them to hand over the banana. Huh? Now it's one thing for Granny to say it, but you? How dare you let that spew from your lips? You're way too big for a sentence like that to escape your mouth. And that attack was a complete fail. Airballed. But that's when Okaroon realized they weren't fighting an evil spirit. This was an alien. So that means those aliens from last episode, after getting their ass beat, ran off to their big homie. But that's when Okaroon was like, actually Momo, I can handle that guy. Just let the curse take over my body and not my mind.
Hello there.
And I'm so confused on what happened right here. Did they run away or did he just miss? I honestly don't know. And if he did miss, head back to practice, my boy. You smoked an open layup. But they go through with the plan and it actually worked. Entire personality change too. I never heard of a power-up giving you depression. That's new. Then the alien goes for an attack but got his fingers took instead. And he started mean-mugging, but I gotta respect the alien. He said, I don't know who you think you are, but let me remind you who you dealing with. Damn. Aura levels depleted. Got smacked right after too. Momo saves him though, but he said, nah, I can't do it. Humans aren't made to handle that kind of power. But that's when Momo realized the alien is in a sumo stance, saying maybe they can beat it by getting his hand to touch the ground. Now, if I was there, I would be mad that you even suggested some shit like that. Why would an alien trying to kill us oblige by the rules? But at this point, what else can they try? So the new game plan is set. So they dodge his attack. Okarun blitzes off, going head first into the leg. I know that shit hurt. So Momo is using one hand to keep the seal on Okarun's curse and the other to trip the alien. And then she proceeds to hit bro with a suplex. But hey, the main goal was still accomplished. And he didn't even have a choice to begin with. By default, he's forced to oblige by the rules. The second the hand touched the ground, it was over. But how does that even work though? Were you born having to follow rules of Earth specifically? Cause if aliens exist, I'm sure there's other planets. Now imagine you're an alien, right? Came to Earth trying to take over a country or something. Normally you would just force your way until they have no choice but to accept you. But here, you can't do that. You gotta follow the rules. You're gonna be a 90-foot creature in the next election and you have no other choice but to do so. You're gonna explode if you try to force it. Now, maybe I'm thinking about it too much, but I think that's a valid thought. Anyways, bro literally grew new legs and saved himself. So that plan didn't even work. He grabs Momo and her surviving that throw was crazy. But you know what's even crazier? Imagine if this was invincible. Momo would have been nothing but a memory after that. Literally got pinned to the wall. He made you a decoration. But obviously, that was nothing but a tap on the shoulder from Momo. Gets a hold on Okarun's curse again, turns to the alien, started talking crazy.
Your ass is like an exotic cricket, your little ugly ass, boy. Tap dancing frog looking ass, boy. Well polished elbow head ass, boy.
And she just ate that? Yo! But wait, don't tell me. She just gonna walk this off too, right? Get a little ginger ale in your system, you'll be fine, right? But little did we know all this was calculated. She drags Okarun to her, cause her getting beat like that pushed her far enough outside the gate. So now she can place the seal back without Okarun taking a lick of damage. Then it disappears as if nothing happened. But that beating may have finally got to her. Passed out on the spot, and without her holding the curse back, it has full reign to take over Okarun's body. But then it cuts to this psychic making some predictions and apparently got everything wrong, so now she's on her way home. Hey, ain't you that psychic that be on TV? You have powers for real, or is it just a net? Oh my god. Oh, did I offend you? Nah, just drop me off here. I mean.
Nigga put the fucking Fergie Champagne, that song. I'm done.
We're like 7 minutes away. I don't think that's really necessary. Man, stop the car. If you don't leave here, you'll die. Now, it's either she can sense Okarun, or she really just didn't like that guy. But now we're back at the crib. Turbo Granny got her new body and was ready to feast. But that's when... No, bruh? I only know one person who uses nails like that. But nah, Turbo Granny gets sent to the pawn, and Granny Seiko put up to protect her home. I thought this was gonna be a crazy Granny v Granny battle, but Seiko is nonchalantly working her shit. I don't know when she drew them circles on the ground, but once Turbo Granny entered Seiko's, she got burned and landed perfectly in the trap place for her. I guess Seiko chose the doodle ball build. She has a pencil mixed with a baseball bat as her weapon. Then she walks up and looks her dead in her eyes. Not a hint of fear. Then Granny started spewing out a bunch of nonsense, but Seiko shut that up real quick. We don't want to hear all that. But she wasn't done. We getting some swinging practice in today. Hold on, let me correct my phone. Then she pulls out the pencil again, drawing another circle. That's when Granny was like, you know, if you kill me, you also kill the boy whose body I took. You gonna say something? Or sorry, I was just trying to think of a reason on why I would give a fuck. That's when Momo wakes up. She remembers what happened, runs downstairs and sees Seiko just chilling. And yo, bro, what my guy Noah said, #need that. But Momo explains what happened, asked if she's seen a boy around here, and she was like, yeah. He's in my blunt. Send him to a better place. You can see what's left at the shrine. So she immediately runs over there, reminiscing on the time she had with Okarun, hoping he's okay.
Okarun!
He's fine.
Hey! The fire say?
So Seiko pulls up, explains how as long as he's in the shrine, that curse won't pop up. Then she gives us the lore behind Turbo Granny. Back in the day, she used to be called the 100 kilometers an hour Granny. Absolutely atrocious name. But one day she heard that it was chilling in that tunnel. But the spiritual pressure was so strong that she couldn't even go inside. That's because Turbo Granny is what they call a bound spirit. A spirit who doesn't leave the place it has a strong attachment to, and is without a doubt the strongest in that territory. But there was another bound spirit before Turbo Granny, meaning Turbo Granny and whatever the other bound spirit was fused. And I know someone out there is gonna ask, yo Kev, how can Okarun go in the tunnel but Seiko can't? I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's because Seiko isn't a normal human. She's a medium, aka an exorcist, so she can probably actually feel the spiritual pressure. I may be wrong, so manga readers, let us know. Anyways, Seiko tells Momo to just go on with her life. This is Okarun's problem, not hers, but obviously that's not gonna happen. So she said, look, this the game plan. You're gonna play tag with Turbo Granny. Turbo Granny and tag shouldn't be in the same sentence, but we gotta hear her out.
I mean, that's tag. Either you challenge a tag or even challenge her at a race. She gonna beat you in a race. She gonna outrun you. And tag, she would definitely get your ass. It's like you running away from the alien, the xenomorph. If she's that fast, she got the xenomorph speeds. So you can't beat her at all. I would even not challenge her in no damn game like that.
She's saying Turbo Granny is that confident in her speed that she'll accept without thinking twice about it. The hardest part though is luring her out of Shono City, which is her territory. But if you do, she'll be so weak that even y'all can win. And I was like, y'all? What do you mean, y'all? You ain't going with him? But turns out, Seiko borrows power from a god that lives in this territory. Meaning, if she leaves Kamigo City, she'll have no power. But she was like, you gotta train before you go fight Turbo Granny. We'll start tomorrow. But I didn't even think of this. The worst thing that could possibly happen in this situation, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. As we know, Momo has to look at Okarun to stop the curse from taking over. But what happens when he needs to take a shit? Like I said, I wouldn't wish this on no one. Someone has to sit there and watch you take a dump, but not just anyone, his crush. It's literally impossible to look cool taking a dump, but real quick, does this show actually have fit rotations? I seen Momo rock a different fit every episode, and not a single one was trash. Yo, to the new anime dropping, y'all need to take notes. It don't gotta be every episode, but I want to see some variety in the fits. Some creativity in the fits. The only time they be changing clothes is in the Christmas episodes. But anyways, back to the problem at hand. Momo looks away for a second and bro turn into Granny. She says she can murk anyone Okarun looks at. So if you want your grandma and everyone to live, come to the tunnel tonight. Well, looks like we ain't having that training arc. So Seiko puts them both in these spirit-proof outfits, and I'm counting this as a fit. This is the fourth fit we've seen, but they completely ditched the bike, immediately hopped on that train. And imagine how awkward this is. This is a packed train and you're yelling, shorty, it's 10 p.m. At least 3 people here just got off work and they gotta hear this the whole ride home. But I can't lie, I fuck with Momo heavy. She said, yeah, I'm not wearing this, and put on a clean fit. Nigga, are those ones? Nah, that's 5 fits we seen in the span of 3 episodes. Do I dare say she's top 5 all time in outfits? Or am I bugging? But they made it to the tunnel, and is that Connie's mom? Shout out AOT,
Nah.
making a guest appearance in DanDaDan.
Nah, that's Turbo, my guy. That is Turbo Granny. Shit. That is Turbo Granny's head, and once they turn the light from the other side, there's another big ass head. At first I thought that the head's gonna crush him, but turns out they didn't.
But Okaroon turns around and they got trapped. So Momo pulls out 4 bats. Why would you even need that many bats to begin with? But anyway, she throws them and now we have no weapons. Thanks, Momo. So they try to use Okaroon's power, but it just gets snatched. Turns out Granny gave us Shaboing Boing back, so the curse is gone. But that's when Momo remembered what Seiko said. Turbo Granny is easily manipulated. Not gonna lie, if you kill us, you a bitch. It sucks how someone with the name Turbo Granny can't live up to their name. Let's play a little game of tag. Unless you pussy. And just like that, the plan is in motion. Momo gotta be in the next RDC Hood Olympics. Excellent instigation out of you. But obviously they had to set some rules. Granny has to wait 10 minutes to give them a head start. So they got to sprint him. Huh?
What the hell is she doing? Why is she counting like that?
Damn, it was too good to be true. Should have known she wasn't going to count to no damn 10 minutes. So Momo gets hit with a ceiling jutsu immediately. And when she was going for Okaroon, I kid you not, this dude starts biting on straight titty. I mean, like I said last video, attacks like these are definitely effective, so you can't even fault him for doing that. So she was like, I bet that's how you want to play? I'ma just take over your body again. Hey, whoa, there's a plethora of different entrance points, but you choose the back end? Aw, man. Okaroon can't catch a break. But unfortunately, Granny, you just got outplayed. Even though Momo can't see, she can still feel. She was squeezing the life out of her. Granny has no choice but to go after her, but not gonna lie, Okaroon, she got you on her back. On my back. She let Granny destroy the trap, but the second she did that, sealed her back inside Okaroon. But that's when the other bound spirit comes through. But real quick, can someone explain that to me? Didn't Seiko say Granny fused with the other bound spirit? Was that just a fancy way of saying they moved in together? I don't get it. But hold on, the intro's playing. Can't be a DanDaDan vid without letting the intro rock. Now that that's on my system, they are running for their lives right now. Getting chased by a giant crab is crazy. Good thing Okaroon got the real Turbo Granny inside him now. And while he was running, he was like, yeah, just so you know I can't turn. And now they're free falling into the city. He does his little helicopter thing with his legs, but look, bro, that was not enough. We're still 1,000 feet in the air. You better do it again. But somehow they got out of that unscathed. However, the fight isn't over. They threw us in first person for this one. And turns out, normal people can't even see anything that's going on. So it just looks like Momo's getting a piggyback ride. But she was like, look, go in that building. It can't chase us through the halls. Yeah, I don't know what she was thinking. But like I said earlier, she's carrying hard right now. The plan wasn't really to just go in the building. It was to lure it into a hot spring and boil his ass. And when a crab gets boiled, the meat tightens up. Meaning if the muscles get stiff, it won't be able to move. I don't even know how she thought of that. Did you know the exact layout of the building? How did you know the water pipes was gonna be right there? They get out of there, but next thing we know, they have a whole mob chasing them. And Granny was like, oh, I just asked the other spirits to lend me a hand.
She had the whole hood chasing them.
And not gonna lie, that's motion. She made the boss call and got an entire army sent her way expeditiously. And now they're surrounded. But Momo was like, look, Okaroon, you gotta go Super Saiyan just one more time. So that's what he does, blitz through the crowd. Momo knows he can't turn going this fast, so she Spider-Mans them to the other side. But the crab making sure they work for this one, and oh man, we got the first car casualty. Where did she even get that from? The streets were empty. Whoever hid that car did it for a reason, but it still somehow got swung. Anyways, they run up his arm, getting crazy airtime off that. Momo uses that momentum, swinging him back on track to lead the city. But he lost his Super Saiyan. Their hold. At least they should have been. Momo is weirdly proficient with these powers. She used her hands to glide, and all she needed was Okun to turn back for a split second so they can survive this. Yeah, they gave the right person those powers. I would have never thought of something like that. She did that on the spot too, but in the midst of them trying to survive, she accidentally let go of Granny. And earlier I asked about Granny's fusion, but I guess they can pick and choose when they fuse. But don't you think this is a little unnecessary? It's a 500v2. What are they gonna do? But as I say that, I realize who I'm talking about. This is Big Momo. The team is on her back since day one. She grabs the train behind them and they were gone. But Granny easily caught up. I'm like, so what now? But do y'all know where this train is going? Straight into Kamigo City, where Seiko's posted up.
Welcome to Kamigo City.
And a bunch of people flew out that explosion. They got off the train and Seiko explained what that was. That tunnel was a place where a lot of girls around Momo's age was killed at. And it's interesting because Turbo Granny isn't really a evil person at heart. Not completely anyway. Cause for a good while now, mediums are trying to figure out Turbo Granny. The only thing they knew is that she'll always show up near the spirits of murdered girls. That was an unexpected turn from the show. It was a whole lot of meat stealing and then they hit us with that. Honestly, I hope they continue doing that though. Cause I know this is like a comedy type show, but moments like that adds a lot. That's why I love Mob Psycho, cause it's a funny type show. But they sprinkle in those serious moments and it just makes it better. But anyways, now we're back at the crib. And yo, bro, is that another fit? What are we up to, like 6 now? But Seiko sees Okarun and says this word for word. You're too bitchy for a guy. Huh? You sure you got your peen back? Now we all know if you're attractive enough, you can get away with saying some things. But that, not gonna lie, Okarun, you can't just sit there and take that. You gotta say something. What you say doesn't even have to make sense. It just gotta sound hurtful. But you know what she says after?
Show me. I want to see you got your pecker back.
Huh? Now listen.
Show me. I want to see you got your pecker back. Show me. I want to see.
Anyways, they say their goodbyes. And I truly wonder if bro has any type of family, because if he does, he was MIA for the last 2 days. But when Momo said she'll see him tomorrow, I thought they was gonna link or something. But no, it's Monday morning. If you think I'm going to school after having to fight through the entire city for my shaboing boing, you're out of your mind. But this is a prime reason why, if you know, you know, Trinity 7 will always have my respect. If you watch anime, you'll know the MCs are most often doomed with the curse of being a pussy. Now, I will give some slack to Okarun. Not only does he have a shortage of woman interaction, but the entire human race. However, I can't just stand by and allow this act to go unchecked. Did we forget that you literally was on a life or death mission with this girl? Tell me, why are we nervous to speak to her? At this point, you're well beyond the friend stage. That's your war buddy. Now, for the reasons I stated, I'll allow it this one time, but don't let me see it again. Anyways, they headed class and bro pulls out.
I don't understand why they put in the script that he was nervous to see her again. Would you not talk to her for like a few days ago? Like, why the fuck you feel nervous now?
A stash of books. Now, a few things here. Why are you putting so much trust in that desk to keep your books safe? Last time I checked, everyone hates you for no reason too. You're getting treated like Voldemort for simply existing. Like you just got sniped with a volleyball and not a single soul said sorry. And he's staring at you as if you did something wrong. Like he didn't just watch you get cross-mapped. And his whole mindset is no matter how much they mess with him, he can forgive because now he has Momo. And speaking of her, she can't get her mind off Okarun. But that goes both ways. Okarun can't get his mind off her. So when class was over, they went looking for each other, and bro, sometimes anime pisses me off. Do we not have phones? Do you not check your surroundings when you walk? So after about 2 minutes of them walking around, they literally sit right next to each other. Now it's one thing for Momo not to see him, but Okarun, there's no way you can miss that bright ass pink shirt. She's the only one who has that too. That's an exclusive. So they both get up and for whatever reason, they're walking with their eyes closed. Anime, man. Anime. But her friend seen that was like, oh my gosh, y'all were kissing. What? I want to kiss that dweeb. Yeah, and I want to kiss this idiot. Well, there they go. Wasted your entire lunch period looking for each other just to do that. That's when he goes to the bathroom and notices he's missing 2 important things down there. So he runs to Momo and knock on.
This nigga got no balls. He got no balls. Oh, nah, bro. Yeah, the Turbo Girl also took his nuts.
Gonna lie, there's a lot of L friend activity going on. They had a whole crowd because her friends was like, oh yeah, Momo was definitely kissing some dude in the yard. Like, yo bro, are y'all good? I didn't ask for a biography. Why are you documenting my life to these niggas? But to add on to the L friend festivities, Oakland was trying to have a very important convo, but Momo was so mad about earlier for whatever reason, like she wasn't the one who started it, that even her friends was like, yo, what is wrong with you? Had him really telling her how he feels, like, yo, Momo, I really like talking to you. That's all I ever think about. But she really didn't care for none of that. Like, you're really embarrassing my dog in front of all these people.
I didn't know being friends with me embarrassed you that much.
You know it's bad when the people who were joking around start to feel bad. So he's heading home when he bumps into this girl. They were apologizing to each other and oh my gosh, did she just touch me? Face ass, come on, Okaroon. That's when Momo comes through, sees he's talking to that girl, stop it. Don't be jealous now, you was treating him like a criminal back in class. Did you see that guy? What a loser. It's hilarious when dorks like that fall for me. So you know what Momo does? A murder attempt. That thing is damn near bigger than her and it got dropped on her skull. Then she walks past and made sure to glaze Okaroon. You know what? Good work, Momo. And on the way home, they were apologizing and whatnot, but that doesn't matter right now. Okaroon lost his balls, and they're not making it any better. Momo, it's not that funny. And Seiko literally called that man's meat small for reasons I don't know. You coulda kept that to yourself. That's not even the issue at hand. But she was like, oh yeah, something is definitely.
Plus, that's none of your business. How you know my shit is small? Shit, you didn't even check it, bitch.
Hiding inside you. Don't worry though, I got a procedure that can help. She started beating on this man like there's gotta be a better option. But hey, it worked though. Turns out Turbo Granny was hiding in his body and now she's trapped in that cat thing. She tried to run away, but Momo just pops her UAV and grabs her. By the way, is that another fit out of Momo? Nah, she's making sure we know. Anyways, Okaroon demanded to get his balls back, but she was like, hell nah. As long as I got them, you gotta follow my orders. I mean, unless you don't want them back. He didn't like her tone and turns out he still has her power. Seiko only kicked out her consciousness from his body, not her power. And she's the only one who can put her back together. But we find out that she lost his jewels.
What?
How does that even, would you have them in your pocket or something? He just got his shaboing boing back and now we gotta go on another rescue mission. He cannot catch a break. So Granny tells him that she coded his jewels in her spiritual energy. So if they ain't find it by now, someone took them. They go back to the crib and Seiko says she's just gonna ask around. Huh? Ask them what? Yeah, hi, have you seen a pair of balls around here? Yeah, you might just get the police calling you for that. Coming to my front door asking about genitals. But the worst part is, they still going to school. I'm not attending any classes until I get what's rightfully mine. But he...
Facts. You telling me I should go to school, got no balls on my dick? I would not go to school at all. Imagine everybody be calling me out, say, hey, that nigga got no balls. Hey, that nigga got no dick. Like, I'm not going to school ever. Ever. Okay? I'm not going to fucking school. I'll be home, be ashamed. Like, I can't go to school without no dick or balls. Like, I'm a fucking trans nigga. I'm a trans nigga now.
Gets to class and this dude's like, yo man, I heard you and Momo were pretty close. How about you put a little word in for me? I heard she gets down and dirty with anyone.
Wanna know who started this rumor about her? FYI, dude. Momo ain't that kind of girl. Last chance. Who started this rumor?
It wasn't me! I swear! I'm sorry!
Now, two things. The voice acting in the show, fire. Love every second of it. And two, Okaroon earned some points from that because if you're being real, he didn't know the power was going to activate. He did that for the simple fact of disrespecting Momo. And yeah, I can see the role Turbo Granny is playing. I don't know what you call this type of character, but I fuck with it every time. Started off as the enemy, gets their ass beat, is gonna be close with the MC for a while, and it's 50-50 on if she betrays him later or helps him. But this is when Momo comes through and Okurun was like, damn, you know what? She kind of bad. But we see this girl again, and I'm gonna need her to get humbled immediately. Talking about some, oh my, I just look too good. Everyone's staring at me. Shut up. Don't want to hear that shit. And turns out she's the one who started that rumor that Momo sleeps around with everyone. But we also find out she can see spirits. And it all makes sense now. She can only see that because she done got her hands on Okurun's ball. Now, I don't know if what I'm about to say is pause, but that is a Christmas ornament. Pause just in case, bro. Pause. We cut.
This nigga's. He's like, pause. This nigga said, pause. Damn it, Kev. I mean, it does look like an ornament, but wait, we gotta go back. We gotta go back. Oh my god.
Because she done got her hands on Okurun's ball. Now, I don't know if what I'm about to say is pause, but that is a Christmas ornament. Pause just in case, bro. Pause. We cut to gang when Granny tells us that if a human picked up his jewels, not only would they be able to see spirits, but the spirits can see them. And both Ira and Granny seen this lady's spirit wandering outside. So then Ira pulls up on Momo trying to have a convo because she said, and I quote, "The heavens granted me this gift because of how pretty I am." I really, really hope some random just calls you chopped, unprovoked too. I hope you get hit with a drive-by insult.
Fucking leather, man.
Shit ain't leather, nigga.
Fuck you, who the fuck is you, fam? Yo, fam.
But ever since she's seen Momo's spirit power, she thinks she's a demon and her mission is to get rid of her. So Momo agrees to talk, but Granny tells Okurun that that's the girl with his ball. And this really makes no sense to me. Why would you agree to go to some abandoned building? She says she want to talk, I bet. We can go to one of the 50 rooms this school gladly provided us. Not some run-down building. You're just asking to get jumped. Ira pulls out a cross trying to banish her back to where she came from, but obviously, that's not gonna work.
Whoa, hey.
Aight, Momo. That was a little crazy. You threw them into fucking bricks. Like, are they even alive? But Ira was like, okay.
That's kind of self-defense. They had it coming. They tied her up and everything, so that's self-defense.
So that won't work? Fine. Take this and just planted his ball on her face. Then Okurun comes through because the evil spirit we saw earlier is out for something. I know it's not blood. But she was like, oh my gosh, Ira, I waited so long for you to see me again. Turns out this is her mom? So Okurun transforms, runs in, but gets his entire spine gripped and proceeds to swallow him whole like, oh big throat ass. But this wasn't actually Ira's mom. She just happened to call this random lady mom by accident, and now she's obsessed. So Granny comes out.
That's her real mom. That's the real mom. Just let you know, that's the real mom.
Out and literally Googled her entire player build, said her exact character stats. Then Ira was like, bitch, I'm not your daughter. I was chosen by the gods to kill monsters like you.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Say on God.
On God. But now she's going after Momo, so she said, yo, Granny, cut me loose.
Can't their zip ties.
See, now that's terrifying. Life or death situation. You know if you get your hands free, you can survive. But they use zip ties. All hope is gone after hearing that. It's crazy how a simple pair of safety scissors could get the job done, but raw strength? That shit is like kryptonite for humans. So out of curiosity, I looked up how to break zip ties. And they made this look so easy. I swear when I was younger, these were impossible to break. When did this update drop? And why wasn't I informed? Anyways, Momo proceeds to get grabbed and dragged across the entire room. The durability of these characters needs to be studied. But the spirit lady says, and I quote, "Oh, I'll forgive you. Just gotta call me mommy." Huh? Yeah, okay. Momo ain't going for that though. With the odds stacked against her, she still told her to piss off. Damn, yo, hungry ass. Not even chewing, just straight inhaling. And you did that 3 times. You need to sit down and think about what you just done. You sat here and devoured 3 full-size humans. That's like if we ate 3 large pizzas. You don't feel ashamed?
She wouldn't lick avocado like that nigga right there. She wouldn't lick avocado though.
But anyways, Granny came through and was like, "Oh, so you ate everyone. Look, just give them back and I'll let this misconduct slide." And the way Granny explained it, she said something about when she swallowed Momo, she also swallowed some of her hair. I don't know, bro. She caught fire. I don't know what Granny was talking about. She was adding unnecessary words. Long story short, the cross that Ira had was actually a lighter, so they just lit her up inside. So she spits them out and now it's time for the final stand. But the next thing we see, bro, is this real life? But she starts tweaking out again, talking about give Ira back, as if she didn't just devour her. So they running through the building when Momo gets hit across the map. I swear, Momo gets the worst of it in every encounter. Her defense stats gotta be maxed out. And tell me why the spirit lady says, and I quote, "Give her back, you shrimp willy boy." First Seiko and now you? That was completely unnecessary. You ain't have to say that. So Okarun was doing a pretty good job dodging all her attacks. Until he wasn't. And he got knocked out of Super Saiyan. And did y'all see her emo after landing that too? It was low-key hard, can't even lie. But I understand it now. This lady is just a weirdo. She doesn't care if Ira is dead or alive. She just wants to be with her. So eating her is simply just one of the options. But this is a generational level cell. All that jumping around, swinging between things, got her hair tangled up. Goofy ass, that's gotta be embarrassing. She tries to break the pillars, but we stopped that real quick. Ugh, hair all in your mouth and shit. So Momo tells Okarun to go all out again, but this man says, "I don't know how to fight." Why are you telling us this? You don't gotta know how to fight. You have superpowers. Super speed at that. You never seen the Flash? Not an ounce of training in that guy. And Okarun was talking for so long that even the spirit lady got pissed, having a full-on side convo mid-box. So she ripped her hair off, grew it back instantly too, but Okarun finally locks in. Yeah, that boy didn't even try to punch. He just ran forward and prayed. But hey, it worked though.
What is that?
I would hate to die like this. Mouth wide open, not gonna lie. I know she's technically already dead, but I'm not going out like that. I will come back for the second time just to haunt you. So Granny gets his ball back, but we have another problem. Ira's dead. Granny explains how if a normal human gets eaten by spirit, they will die. Obviously, Momo didn't because she has psychic powers, and Okarun has Granny's. They're doing everything they can to try to get her back. Okarun is doing CPR. Momo is using her ghost hands to pump her heart, but nothing seems to work. Worst part is, that spirit wasn't dead, but she actually wasn't trying to fight. She says what they're doing is not gonna bring her back, but I know a way that can. Me. Give my life to her. Now, Momo does make a great point. Why should we trust you when you literally just ate her? Wow. I mean, that's one way to prove yourself. So she tells Momo how to do it. Gotta create a link between both of their auras. But the next thing we see is this woman, who is the spirit lady when she was alive. And from the looks of things, she's a prostitute. So she gets back home, welcomed by her daughter. Then they show us this whole compilation of her working multiple jobs while also spending time with her daughter, teaching her ballet, just having a good time. And that dress we seen her wearing was actually a gift to her daughter. Yo, shout out to the single parents, man, because this shit, I know it's not easy. But when we get a backstory like this, you know something bad is gonna happen. At first I thought it was her husband, but after I seen 2 people, I don't even know, she was involved in something. The Yakuza or some shit. They said she was holding out on money. And these niggas really took her daughter. Like, it's crazy to think about that people like this really exist. Like, taking a child away from their parents is not human. That is literal demon shit. So she runs out trying to get her back, and that scene we saw earlier was from this. And when she couldn't make it, the next thing we see is her on a rooftop dancing. But I knew where this was going. Pretty sure we all did.
Thanks for being the bestest mommy ever.
and we see that scene of Ira calling her mom. I don't know how Ira can even see her, but she's been roaming around for so long that she forgot why she was roaming around. But seeing Ira reminded her that she has a child. But it's sad how she can't even remember her. So Ira was kind of like that thing that filled the void. She started thinking that she was her mother. So Ira's alive, and Momo saw that whole story. And Granny tells us that the amount of regrets Spirit Lady had, she won't move on to the afterlife. She's going to the void. Going there is pretty much getting erased. Neither the dead or the living will remember you. But at the end of her life, she does remember her child. And she was like, I wish you had a better mom. If you were someone else's daughter, your life wouldn't have been miserable.
Mommy, I was happy. The happiest in the universe. Please, guide them both to a kinder world. I won't forget. I swear.
Wow. I'ma tell you exactly how I feel. First off, Ira, you get a slight apology from me. You can't get a full one just yet. But episode 1 until like halfway through 4, it was some like a funny show. I really messed with the interactions we got. But at the end of 4, when they hit us with that story of the tunnel with the girls and how Granny would be around the spirits who couldn't move on, that's when I was like, hold on. This show might have more than what I give it credit for. And this episode just confirmed that. I wasn't expecting a little hit to the heart in DanDaDan of all shows. That entire backstory portion, 10 out of 10. Didn't think DanDaDan was capable of that. Like, we're only here because the guy lost his balls. Just think about that for a second. But now I'm way more invested. This is exactly what I wanted. A comedy that can get serious is the perfect mix.
Yeah, I was expecting that that episode came through the backstory and everything. So yeah, don't be for the vid for I'm Kevin. Subscribe to his channel. Link will be in the description. And yeah. Peace.